doing a lot of physical damage.
All right. Well, what can we expect from the early game here as things get situated? We talked about briefly. Zai does get his Enigma here. CLOUD9 will see if they want to get in that jungle and kind of prevent any sort of easy access farm. Early lane roamage, especially from C9 with the Mirana and Pylai Die.
Envy told me like two heroes they never want Bone playing is Void and Tide. Like, so. You don't know those heroes. You notice they never picked those two heroes.
After how Bone's played this series, I would trust him on anything.
Yeah, the thing is, ever since Bone dropped his mana boots as Tide, do you remember that?
Yeah.
He's like never played that hero again.
Oh boy.
He said supposedly they have really bad luck when they play Tide with him.
Arrow not gonna catch, trying to go for that
Good idea.
aerial aggression. They are going right towards the jungle, but EG are there. They're ready. They know they want to invade and they want to keep that sanctuary of a jungle farm.
And EG already have the ward down too, so they can position themselves on the high ground, see across the river as well with this, so very defensive in nature, but it protects the jungle.
It's going to be very scary for mid lane in my opinion, because who's mid for CLOUD9? Invoker, right?
Yeah.
This Death Prophet's actually a really easy kill, I think, if Mirana gets an arrow off.
Yeah.
So that means when you play mid lane on Dire, you have to play very safe if the enemy supports are missing, because mid lane is really easy to gank on Dire mid.
I think you mentioned this also at Star Ladder when Puppy was playing a lot of Mirana too. On the Radiant side, Mirana likes the Radiant side a lot. There's a lot of nooks and crannies you can find arrows towards that mid lane.
How the game is deviated. Like at TI, everyone chose Dire, like except I think Navi. But then now everyone chooses Radiant. Like VG, I think in our best of 5 versus them, they chose Radiant every game. CLOUD9 love Radiant as well.
Why do you think that is? What makes Radiant? I know it used to be all about Dire with the old Roche spot.
The lane phase is really easy, like for Radiant. Like the supports have a really easy time on Radiant. It's very hard to play Dire support, in my opinion, because the pull is really screwed up, and then the offlaner can screw with the pull.
Yeah.
But Radiant, you have like so much space. It's really easy to zone the offlaner. You have like these 3 pulls that you can connect to, and the jungle is just way easier. So, and the mid lane is also easy. It's just every lane feels really easy on Radiant.
It's interesting to see how the picks and sides change from game to game, because like the first 2 games, both games CLOUD9 at first pick, and then game 3 EG took first pick, so it's definitely something which you adapt to like within the series based on how the drafting's going.
And EG's picks are very based on the lane, the side they're on. If you notice when they're on Radiant, they go for the push lineups, or with Naga. They like pressuring the lanes.
What a great arrow. Nice arrow catch right there from Maui. You're in big trouble, and he will go down.
That's
first
big.
blood.
That's such a big kill, because the thing right now is that EG's going to automatically lose bottom lane, and mid is going to go somewhat even. Invoker has a slight edge because of Joe, and if you look at mid, he's actually doing fairly well. And the thing is, EG had to win their safe lane, but with that arrow, it makes the game really hard for him. When you lose 3 lanes, it's really hard to win in Dota, because you have to rely on the enemy team making a mistake, right? If you lose all your 3 lanes.
So this game such a fast arcane boost here.
This game is going to depend a lot on Zai, I think, to go around. He's going to have complete free farm of the jungle. He's not going to get pressured a lot at all, so it's going to be up to his rotations to really win the game.
So he can do it. EMP harassment here on Arteezy. He'll just step forward and away from that and get some additional right clicks off to shove him on back, get held back.
Double Wex. Is this a standard Quaswex Invoker build?
I think
nowadays?
Cold Snap is really bad now.
Yeah.
It got nerfs missing, so I think this build is not that bad.
Okay.
I talked to Fada about this actually the other day when we saw Invoker go Quas level 1. And he's like, I think it was actually the Not Today team. Like Invoker offlane, he went like Quas level 1. Something, and he's just like, oh, Cold Snap's so bad now, you should just get level flex.
Okay.
And it's good with the drawer as well, because he has this increased attack speed. But Arteezy is doing fine mid, actually.
Well, they see Aoi, who wants to kind of pester.
Is he level 2?
Zai's neighborhood here. They're hunting him down. Look at PBD wants to cut him off of the passive, looks like.
Yeah, Miran's going to be very careful in that kind of awkward position in the jungle.
Yeah, but Zai has no levels in Malphus, so he should be... Yeah. Mirana's doing his job. He's pressuring, like he's forcing them to...
Blocks a camp, just gets another one, there we go.
If there's anyone out there who knows how Enigma works out, he's got to be one of the best. So
look at Universe bottom. He's not gotten 1 CS. He's having a really rough time. Yeah, he's finally getting some, because the wave was always going to push.
Double Wraith Band coming for Envy, it looks like. He picks up 2 slippers, so he's going heavy early game items. Or triple Wraith Band. Yeah. We're seeing a lot of this triple Wraith Band draw, just getting these cheap, cost-effective items because of the aura giving everyone on your team extra damage.
Envy used to go this build where he went, he was just being so annoying right now, and then he's doing the right thing, because none of EG's heroes can really stop him. And even if he dies there, he does a lot in the process because he takes off pressure from mid lane and bottom.
Yeah.
So he gets
So annoying.
a bunch of free XP, gets one last hit it looks like in there. Bane will come in, but like unless Death Prophet also rotates from mid, I don't see them killing Owie. But so do you think this triple Wraith build on Drow's becoming the more standard thing?
Yeah, because Envy used to go Midas on that hero, but
yeah,
it just feels like the hero isn't really a space taker per se. Like he usually just gets level 6 and goes to jungle, right? So he's usually like a hero that sets up the game for the other teammates, like the other ranged heroes on the map. Like you stay out of vision, you stay in the back of the team fight, and you let everyone in your team do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So, but the Midas is just no point. You can farm as fast with just treads and Wraith Man.
And it doesn't give you any agi, which the agi benefits your team because of the.
Oh, arrow to face. Blocking out that DD run with my blueberry. Stay away.
Yeah.
Mine.
He wants it.
Nice grab. Nice defense. Owie's still trying to be a nuisance and be all over the place at once. You know, but when you do move a lot, you do neglect yourself from that sweet, selfish time of getting XP and farm. So there has to be a point when Mirana does need to execute those objectives, whether it be kills or just some farm time.
Yeah. The Bone hasn't been farming that well. Veno is one of the really good laners versus Tide. So we have to check out the Ancient stack though. While AUI is doing all this, if he's stacking Ancients, and he is, which is really good, important. So even if he makes rotations around, even if he screws up again, because as long as he stacks in the process, it helps a lot.
Yeah, because C9 are playing this game with essentially like two hard supports to EG who have the farming jungle Enigma, but they can make up for it with these stacks, it feels like it. Also, these supports will be right-clicking pretty hard with Drow Aura.
Yeah. So, I mean, right now it's up to EG, really. They're going to go on the timing of when Zai gets his mech. Is Zai actually going to the jungle Ancients, or what?
Yeah. I guess
dancing with the big boys over here.
The sentries are blocking both his camps. This actually screwing with him so much. He should be level 6 by now. He would normally be level 6 by now.
Yeah. Well, even just AUI sitting on that hill leeching XP from the high ground was...
Yeah, their main reason, the main way they needed the Enigma to do some work, but because Jakira's not getting anything while Tide is getting some stuff. But now it's a bit hard right now. Universe, it's gonna be a hard game for you.
Oh, look who it is of all the people who annoy. Owie shows up. Gotta get scouted out though from that line a lot, and just constantly being a nuisance. One hero to make two of them struggle.
They did get that ward down near the Ancient hero though. We'll see bottom river, a bit of a clash for the rune as Universe. Oh, he was hiding in the Roshan pit. Pilot had been in that Roshan pit for a long time, just kind of laying a trap there, and Midnight Pulse kind of hard to fight into as well as the other ones, but. Top rune went to the Death Prophet.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
2-0 here for C9.
Structures are fortified.
Meanwhile, Arteezy's farming decently mid.
Yeah.
It's 7 CS behind, so he's not doing that well. I mean, as well as Fada, but it's understandable because of the draw. That was big there.
Didn't have any high ground vision, I guess.
Look how much damage Invoker's doing. His attack speed's so fast.
Yeah.
And each
Do you think he gets that kill there if that tornado hits?
Radiant's top tower
who was coming up? It was
the Tide. I think the Tide was the one who was seen behind him.
Oh, and he saved the skill point, so if he got the tornado off, he would have gushed him.
Yeah, cold snap gushed him.
He would have died definitely. Arrow.
Oh. Sidestep not gonna be there, unfortunately.
It's crazy, like,
but the pressure.
How like what these one arrows can just auto win you, like not like auto win you, but like can just give you, like if they got that one arrow, this game would have been such a big lead for Cloud9, because this game depends a lot on our tour.
And even just the first blood arrow getting tied an extra 500
Radiant's
or so gold because he gets the free wave as well as the first blood money.
Well, what's the role, and he conveniently looks over, what's the role that Fear has to make in this kind of a game? Is he planting here in the top, just constantly being a nuisance, pressuring and flagging it up? Yeah.
You can't ever underestimate Veno's power, like in all parts of the game. Like this hero, people think, oh, he's like not that good late game or whatever. He's just a Venomancer, but he's actually so strong.
He'll creep on you.
Like there's a fight going. Oh my god.
Another miss. They had the gush this time though.
Radiant's top tower
even a Ravage.
is under attack.
I don't know if the Ravage was.
Yeah, I don't think they needed it, but
It looked cool.
Yeah.
We can appreciate
meanwhile,
that.
they killed the AOI top, but
Jakiro died
he
bottom lane
solo
to
kills Jakiro.
He's fine too. Enigma maybe looking for a black hole, but he can't get this kill without Jakiro here. Oh, does he?
Uh-oh.
This around?
Oh, look at that! Invoker got a haste rune.
He's coming.
Uh-oh.
He's coming off.
I thought he was gonna grab it immediately, go there.
He could have had a cold snap, but
nah. Look at this guy.
Radiant's
My tower
structures
now.
are
A
fortified.
nuisance as ever. Just Root-esque. Dominating this side lane. Come arrow. Oh! Catches spear on his old man hip.
Radiant's top
Hard to find
tower
for the wards
has
though.
been
That was
denied.
big to deny.
Oh yeah.
That arrow let him deny the tower.
Envy now.
Oh.
Insta black hole.
There's the hole we want.
Yeah.
Right down the middle,
Nice
really.
play.
Nowhere he can go.
Yeah, great play there. But that was a really cocky from Envy because everyone's missing on the Artor's missing mid, and then he knew Enigma was in the vicinity, right?
Yeah.
If he just
Enigma
backs their
left.
Radiant's
jungles,
bottom tower is
I think
under
it's fine
attack.
if Cloud9 sack a few of these early towers. As long as they don't die in trade, because the thing with you stack towers, but you get farm in your jungle or in Ancients, which they are getting,
Radiant's
it's
bottom
usually
tower
fine,
is under
but
attack.
they're doing a really good
Radiant
smoking here. If they can
structures
defend
are
this tower,
Yeah. Envy can TP him when he respawns in 5. Then
EG need this tower, I feel. Like, they need to get this tower, and they can't.
Cloud9 are missing on the
Dire's
map.
middle
They're
tower
not
is under
deterring
attack.
whatsoever, and they don't have Black Hole, mind you. They could be in trouble.
yeah.
DPOP?
Radiant's bottom tower
EMP Ghosts
has
are pulled
been
out right
denied.
now.
Oh my god.
They do
what
get the
kind of
tower
damage.
down, but Arteezy
denied
instantly
again as
taken
well.
care of. Oh, it is, yeah. Oh
Good
man,
damage.
2 denies. Swap back, they want another. They get
Great
Zai sleep though.
Great.
Guzzling him off, and
Sent with an arrow.
oh yeah. And, but Owie though could pay with his life and will. Zai's still gonna be able to live. Walks away. So make it a 1-for-1. It's still better, obviously, for Cloud9 and Pylai die though. They ping him out.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
I see you in there. Smack.
Yeah. The problem with that is EG used DPOT and DP died, but they got the tower. It's now that with DP, like Death Prophet without his ultimate is just such a... You have to do a lot with his ultimate. Like, the reason that VG and EG play so well with the Death Prophet is that they force a lot of things with their ultimate and make space for other
Radiant's
players
middle
on the map.
tower is under attack.
So, now with Death Prophet down, the ultimate down for like 90 seconds, it's up to Cloud9 to kind of pressure. And Invoker went to Midas. So, I mean, Cloud9 definitely want this game to go late. They have way more physical damage than EG does.
Yeah. And just I guess the team fight of the Tide is matched up by the team fight of the Enigma. If anything, EG with the AoE of the Veno, the Death Prophet, would maybe have slightly better team fight, but
Yeah, and also it's really hard to go late game versus Venge as well. Like, Venge is such like probably the best late game support. It's because of everything she brings.
that aura now. You save a teammate with swap and just suicide, and then hey, guess
Yeah.
what? Everyone does less damage on the other team.
Yeah.
And Wave of Terror is also really
Yeah,
strong.
minus armor, you're adding damage to everyone else. Good long range stun. A little bit of everything.
0.7, still a bit of a ways to go before
Did
he's
EG
flicking
ward the
back up.
Ancients? Yes,
Yeah.
they did.
They've been trying to stack it unsuccessfully. But
Radiant's middle tower
it's
is
still a
under
good
attack.
500-600 gold there, which 0.7 could just go farm for his play.
So EG's next objective is to go to Roshan.
Is
Are
that
they
what the
going
smoke
now
is
with
for?
Liquid Fire?
But they don't have Eidolons up.
Yeah,
So.
this may be just be
Or they're
bottom
gonna
lane.
go for mid tower they've already taken, or?
Yeah.
Okay, if they go bot, it's big.
They're thinking
Bot
about
is not
it here.
showing in lane. It's a really good play from him.
Playing very
He
defensive.
could
knows
go.
something is
I
wrong.
think
Dire's
they
middle
also need
tower
detection
is
for a
under
potential
attack.
Ghost Walk, but
Yeah. He saw Eidolons. He just
It
pinged
is.
the Eidolons.
Yeah. Very back and forth here.
walk into them.
There
What are you
it
doing,
is.
Fata?
Farming up Eidolons.
Fada.
Walks in the corner. They do have that sentry.
Yep.
Moonlight Shadow. But
He
no.
almost got out of range of the sentry. We'll see if
They
they
get their kill.
Mask of Madness movement speed. They should be able to catch up, but they don't want to fight. There's no mech yet for Enigma. If Enigma has mech, definitely not a fight you want to take.
If Pilot Eye was a big, like, Fada actually prolonged that so long. Like, the kill took a while for them. If Tide or, does Tide have Blink yet?
No, he was short.
Yeah, if Tide was close with Blink or Venge was close to swap him out, the game would have been really changed because Envy was just coming there with his Mask of Madness. And Fear is actually really farm.
Second in net worth. A top CS
You
in
went
the early
Blink
part of the
Dagger.
game.
Interesting.
Great play.
Uh-oh, bottom. Oh, Fiend's grip.
First
Side steps
Spartan,
right
now
forward. Yep, Fear's here as well.
He
There's-
kills.
Yeah. It feels like Aegis is outplaying him at this point.
Yeah.
Their rotations, their way they're taking map control.
They have great wards up too. Like some of these, that ward there can see when like if the lane's pushed up and the hero's sitting there just playing defensively, thinking they're hidden. Not exactly the case always.
Good recovery considering the early part of the game. It almost seemed like all three lanes were not going in their favor.
Radiant's
So
bottom tower
taking it
is
to this
under
mid game,
attack.
they're calling the shots very nicely and finding the objectives they want.
That's the thing about EG's lineups are like, they have so much like it's very clear what their objectives are in the game.
Dire's
So
middle
it makes it
tower
that
is
even if they
under
fall
attack.
behind early game, they can resort to things like they have heroes that can take towers and take Roshan, so they are able to still pressure and get back their, like, you know, they aren't ever out of a game. So it's just the strength of their strategy.
And everyone knows their objectives, even the teams going against them, but yet they still can do it. That's just how good they are at it. You expect, you know, these kind of plays from EG, and they still get what they want. But we'll see here. Cloud9 have looked very sharp today in the first 2 games, and they're still on match point. Now they smoke up, and they want to be the ones to go on the aggressive. Let's see if they can do it.
Time with this Tide.
Conga line right here.
They actually going to go for Roshan themselves.
Party in the Roche pit.
But Cloud9, yeah, they always do this with their draw. Even on Radiant, they always go smoke. This is a big Roshan kill. Because EG's next objective was to take Roshan, right?
Yeah.
And Cloud9 know this, so if they steal the Roshan, it makes EG's lineup a lot weaker.
Yep.
Yeah, like that nice little wall, little up the front too.
They don't want to poke their heads out because then they get seen by a ward.
Radiant's
So.
middle tower
EG
is
now,
under
like,
attack.
suddenly they feel like something, like when you're playing this kind of lineup and then suddenly an enemy team stops you from taking an important objective and
Radiant's
feel like
bottom
dying
tower
here.
is under attack.
Oh, but look
Avoid.
at Tide. He's cutting him off.
Uh-oh. Fear blocks himself in with that ward and puts himself in the corner to TP on home.
But suddenly, like, EG is like, oh, we're gonna go do this and go
Radiant's
Roshan.
middle
But suddenly
tower
when they
has
see, like, oh,
fallen.
Roshan's been like stolen, suddenly they're like playing like, oh shit, like they're suddenly scared, you know? It's like the mentality in the game. So now they're kind of fierce, feel they have to force something. It's just kind of something they feel like they have to force this move.
And look at them immediately get rid of the Aegis. Even pull out the Fiend Script for PPD though. The Magic Missile will be there. That Aegis does go down though.
Fun of moves.
They've got to swap to save Envy if they need it.
Who's coming in right now?
This happened.
Oh wow, they got in trouble. Look at the man.
No. Universe. Wow.
Oh, big ice on 2. And there's your second life going down. Eternal Envy, Vengeful. There's so many bats. What do I do? Goes down, and now perfect segue towards this objective.
Where's the Tide beam? They need that blink rapid.
Radiant structures are fortified.
There he is.
He was at the mid tier 1, like when the tier 1 was
Yeah,
going
but
down.
it feels like 3 times over, has it not been? Where like they've died in the same spot.
Yeah, bottom lane.
Jesus.
Ty was probably parking the car or something.
I feel like that Aegis Cloud9 could have maybe went around and 5-man the tower or something.
Yeah,
they just kind of wasted it.
They're so split up, and that's where EG's like, sure, your draw has Aegis, but we'll just even use a Fiend Script just to clear it, and then they were so confident in their team fight afterwards. They had the Black Hole from the Enigma if they needed. More importantly, I think the mech advantage as well. Like, Envy turned and fought against the Enigma, but he just mechs up and stays alive, and everyone on the EG side just proved to be a lot tankier.
With the Tranquil Woods and the mech, the Enigma actually has a lot of armor. If we can check out how much armor he has.
On the
If we could check out that Enigma, find out the armor. There it is. Wow, okay. Wow. No, I'm sorry.
14 armor. My math took a few seconds early in the morning.
And,
So
apparently there was a Yule's 2-for-1 special at the local Dota Walmart, as both Jakiro and Arteezy got them together on time, so that move speed, mobility, Yule's gaming. Very nice tool to have.
The initiation is just so nice that
Yeah.
provides. I mean, that was Bone 7 last game, just making plays happen. And Fear is going to start getting nice and tanky, not to mention when he hits that Aghanim Scepter, it's just going to be a potent force in any team fight.
So looking at EG, one of the reasons I think Cloud9 do a lot better when Bone is on like not a Tide or Void hero. Like Tide is a very camp hero. Like,
Radiant's top
he's a camping
tower
hero,
is under
you know, like
attack.
he fits Universe's playstyle well because Universe isn't like makes these kind of cautious plays, you know, farms, plays consistently, like farms
Made a
ancients.
teammate, kind of like sit behind a teammate.
Yeah, sit behind a teammate, these kind of things. But Bone is like he wants to be doing something on the map. That's why he suits really well on like these Bat Riders and Clockworks and, you know, like Maranas and stuff like that. So you can kind of see that Bone maybe should have been camping behind bottom lane instead of farming a wave there. I think someone else should have been farming.
Yeah.
Because if Bone was there bottom with the Ravage ready for that engagement, that would have been like completely like, you know what I mean? After the Aegis, EG kind of stuck around.
In, and even before the Aegis, where
Yeah.
That basically would have won them the kind of entire game, I feel, because they would have gotten so much from that.
there were 3 EG heroes from South who were going to be hit by
Oh!
There's the Ravage.
Jumped in Ravage.
That's a lot of hate
Dies
for
in
one
trouble,
Enigma.
yeah. The blue man is not fan here. Uh-oh.
They're going to
Here's
take a
it.
fight. They know there's no Ravage now. Like, I don't know if that Ravage is going to be something that really pays off for them. Envy taking a lot of poison. Even without the mech being this is going horribly wrong. They lose a third now. And 7 dusted up. Shouldn't get away from this one.
Crypt Swarm, they need a little bit more. That dual breath though will definitely secure it. And 4 for the 2.
Fear made a really good play there. He died, but he got a really good ulti off. And he got a good Gale off as well. So
down the mid lane, they've got Exorcism if they want to use it.
Yeah.
Let's take the tower.
Do they want to use it? Of course they want to use it. God,
It's crazy. They win that team fight without the Exorcism. Like, you've got to phase Yule's Dead Prophet and you just
the
crush
strength
it.
of Venomancer.
win a great team fight. Get some towers.
And you kind of were spot on about how EG and BT use this hero. They know when to use the Exorcism. They're not going to just, like, most teams with Death Prophet, they would just throw it and be like, okay, we're in a team fight. Let's use the Exorcism. They win the team fight, but they don't push a tower to follow.
That hero is so important now about knowing when to use Exorcism.
Yeah.
Because if you waste it, it's kind of like that first Exorcism. If you wasted it was so big, but it feels like that didn't really matter now with how the game went. I think it did matter at early stages, but now like Cloud9, like they did capitalize on that, but they kind of made some mistakes and they threw it away.
They did a lot of damage to the tier 2 mid town now. Now he's going to get himself away from a fear. He's got 4 stars, pretty farm to support Mirana, but not exactly a high impact support even with some items like this.
I mean, he's going to do some physical damage late game, just because of Jor. But
Yeah.
the Cloud9's lineup is that strength is that they can always come back. Like their damage comes from throw. So essentially, they don't need the physical damage items on their heroes. That makes the comeback potential of them pretty strong.
Oh,
These tornadoes.
Black Hole was used, but that's going to catch up the Vengeful Spirit, who's probably going to get chased down by the Enigma. Pylite die.
Oh, that
Please
cold
say
creep,
it
that
so.
cold creep.
Slows him down, and Fast will get away with the Ghost Walk. So Cloud9 don't lose anyone. That's
Not that bad.
the good news.
They got the tower. Oh, they got the tower.
Is under
Fair.
attack.
These missed tornadoes, and it's not like I mean, they're not really being missed as in like, okay, he's just kind of throwing them blindly in the sense that he's hoping they hit and they go in off the back of
He's
them.
running back into top lane. Look at
Yeah.
it.
Okay. I guess they know there's no Exorcism for a bit longer, and they want to try and take advantage of that little window.
but I know what you mean. Had some of these tornadoes landed, it could have been dramatically in favor of
The early
Cloud9.
game tornadoes.
The mid ones on the Death Prophet, like two or three in a row, just missed that would have been kills.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But
The Fada hasn't really played Invoker in a while.
yeah.
It's not even that, it's just that Arteezy positioned himself well, like he dodged the tornadoes as well, so.
Yeah, he'd go to the high ground and then immediately veer off to the side
Yeah.
rather than run straight direction. Sure, it sounds obvious, but it's just one of those small things.
Not for me. I'm in tornadoes all day long when I play these games. I should know they're coming. I'm like, oh, it's a tornado. That's not mine. And I go flying, but we'll see here, man. Cloud9, it's, you know, they got one of these great teams, and you were mentioning like the damage potential they have. If they're able to get the upper hand in some of these team fights, they get a fantastic setup with a Ravage. They get a couple of EG men down. Then they're dealing out enough damage that they're taking down towers left, right, and center, and it's ridiculous.
Yep. They're gonna get this tower.
Again, they kind of split up though, Cloud9. Constantly, I mean, talked about it bottom lane when Envy got they're still remaining with this split farm, and Envy's going to get punished because of it.
Oh, 2 ults.
Radiant's
Ben
bottom
taking
tower
down
is under
Ravage.
attack. Radiant's life is
Plenty.
Like that's how Cloud9 plays the way.
Radiant's
They
Yeah.
always want to. They always split up themselves. They're never. They're not a 5-man team. They're all about efficiency, right? Like they're very efficient on the map. But at times it hurts them like this, where they could be sticking together a little bit more.
EG sees the couple top, and they're like, we'll just go on
Radiant's
mid.
bottom
We know that they're
tower
not going to
is
be
Like
there.
the enemy was out of position there because they're showing 2 people top. So
Yep.
Is
But-
EG's next plan to take Roshan and try to push high ground,
I
or...?
think they're just gonna maybe just go down mid. Does Arteezy have his BKB? Check this hero.
Tower's so
Yeah,
low
coming
already.
through, yeah. He had 3k gold earlier, so...
That's it. Tower down.
Again, Agent, they're going to go for this
Radiant's
without.
middle tower
They did
has
so much
fallen.
damage in the previous, you know,
Dire's top
Exorcism
tower is
go.
under attack.
Yeah,
It just, it
Venom's-
takes 2 liquid fires to
Venom's
finish
doing a
off
lot of
what
work
they
right
started.
now, in my opinion. Like
They can get this without Exorcism, potentially. Liquid Fire, Eidolons, Venowards.
I mean, just
Radiant's middle
I
barracks
saw this
are
in the
under
draft.
attack.
We all saw it in the draft. There's so much siege, so much push, and they can do what they want from the outside. Now Exorcism is kind of the frosting on the cake to get it done. Well, that tornado does connect EMP, trying to walk away from it, and that move speed of Death Prophet still like a small man. Be gone, jump in, Ravage does connect on the 2.
Ravage, he couldn't
Dire's
BKB in
top
time.
tower is
But-
under attack.
that was really cocky there from Martor. I think
He could have just BKB'd before, like, just BKB
BKB to attack the racks.
Yeah, BKB attack racks and then back off, because it's his 10-second BKB.
Not just that, they could just use he could provide cover for the Jakiro as well. Like, while he BKBs and attacks racks, like, he knows Bone 7 won't go up and up and Ravage, right? So that means that Jakiro can go up and use, like, Ice Pad without getting afraid.
That was definitely not EG's best.
If you check out Cloud9's heroes, they have 3 4 staffs. They have one on Mirana, they have one on Tide, and they have one on Invoker.
I'm surprised Cloud9 didn't like go for Roshan here. Like there's no. Well, I guess they don't have Ravage.
Well, they always do this. This is like the Cloud9 smoke of once they got out of their base. After a team fails their base push, they smoke out.
Tier 1.
Oh, they're gonna run into it. Oh, instant alpha to the face.
Tornado misses again. Ice Pad hits 2! Oh my gosh, Universe has been on point with this Jakiro. They're gonna lose heroes here, it looks like, for Cloud9. Envy actually catches Zai. Zai gets slept up now, trying to keep him alive. May just have to solo Black Hole Envy if he wants to. Bone 7. He's gonna go down to the Jakiro burn damage, and Envy's got no way out. That's disaster.
I don't know why Cloud9 would do that. It feels so forced. Like, what?
If there was no tier 1 tower, it's one thing, but the tier 1 tower's there, so it reveals their smoke.
I think what they could have done is they could have smoked to top lane and taken that tower. If you look at top tower, they could have taken that tower instead of going down mid like that. Because there's an objective there, but if they go around mid, then mid tier 1 is so meaningless at the stage of the game.
Maybe Roshan was their objective, but tier 1 tower's in the way. And then they don't know if the tower revealed their smoke or heroes revealed their smoke. That was the other big problem. Like, they didn't even know if there were heroes in those trees.
So they're gonna get the Strax relatively easily.
Yeah. There's nothing they can do.
I think EG, can they back off and just take Roshan here, or do they need to play safe?
They're gonna back up and take Roshan. There's no way they won't. There's a double damage bottom as well.
20 seconds for exorcism if they want to use that for Roshan, but I don't know if they definitely need to or not. EG looking like we may be heading to a game 5 after a 0-2 start to the day. EG just slow starters. Same thing with the tournament as a whole. 0-3 day one start, but they bounce back, and here they are bouncing back from a 0-2 start to this series.
So, we're gonna get this relatively easily. He's quite poor after a really good start. He hasn't really farmed anything since his match.
And all this money is not on his hero. He's got 2.7k gold in his stash, combined with 1200 gold on his. He needs that butterfly before the next push from EG happens, and I don't think he's going to farm 2k gold before the push comes.
Yep. Now, what can EG really do, or what can Cloud9 really do to come back to this game?
They almost get to do much about it. Just a single EMP to... Not even that.
He blink dodges. Doesn't even get hit by the EMP.
The setups have been a struggle this game, whether it's the tornadoes, whether it's trying to make smoke gangs happen. It's Cloud9 very ambitious to try to make these plays happen, but just keeps slipping through their fingers. EG always in the right place at the right time, and when they go for their personal objectives, they get it done.
Now EG's gonna just push out bottom, but Cloud9 know this, so they're gonna take top tower, which is smart from them. They're gonna show they grow top, and they're gonna take the tower while people are camping him in the fog.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I guess, like you say, what can Cloud9 do? It's just gonna be some kind of split push slash, like, you guys are gonna push this fight, we're gonna force you to TP back. Is that just generally the game plan?
I mean, I think they're gonna... Venge is gonna stay to wave of Terror the wave. I think.
Okay. Just to, Venge is already there.
Yeah, while the other 3 are gonna go up to pressure this tower, but EG pushes way too fast. I mean, I guess Joe pushes fast as well. It's not worth the...
He's under attack.
There's no one keeping top for EG.
EG is Spear with the Axe ult. He's gonna actually pay the price if they keep me home inside the ice bomb.
So weak. Oh, they're dead.
Bone 7. They killed the Drow anyway.
Yeah.
Poison damage.
So good. That liquid fire, and you're not going anywhere. It's the Yule's ice path set up, and now he's going to be in big trouble. But yeah, bottom lane, EG's been doing some work there, and now he's forced to try to run the long road back to home, and home is crumbling.
From EG, by the way.
Yep.
Well, great play from Fury and Universe to TV back. So now they get both the tower and they defend.
Well, for Cloud9, they are up at 25 seconds. Definitely going to lose this tier 3, but with Exorcism ending, they may be able to hold on to this bottom lane of Rats.
They do still have that Aegis that they can happily sacrifice over if they want.
I like that tonight for new towers.
Small things, although at this point, that denying the tower is not really the biggest deal.
And Bone 7 is back up, so EG know this and DP out these down, so they're gonna back up, they're gonna push out top lane and farm their jungle.
They still have a few minutes on this Aegis. They'll still have one more Exorcism push in this Aegis.
You know what, EG's gonna... Yeah, EG... It's whatever. They're gonna farm top lane, they're gonna farm the enemy jungle. They're gonna farm their jungle. They're gonna get way more out of this trade.
Yeah, TZ's not even level 16 yet, so you can get the level 3 Exorcism too.
Universe has this big force. It's quite potent. He can actually solo kill most of the heroes on CLOUD9. He can even solo kill the Joe Ranger, in my opinion, if he gets the U's off and then the ultimate and ice path. Like, we can't ever underestimate macro power damage. He's gonna be level 16 as well on the Jakiro.
Mirana transitioning into some damage items now too.
The universe has caught up so much just because of the way EG's taking objectives. The strength of the Jakiro, by far the best team that uses Jakiro, in my opinion.
2 minutes left on this Aegis. We'll see EG if they want to go ahead and put it to use, or it does expire, or just confident just with the slow siege push they have after already taking down all the mid lane and starting to set something up beautifully in the bottom. Fata here. We've seen a lot of this all game long. People getting caught out in this bottom lane on the side of CLOUD9. Can they get another one here? Blink, Yules, Fata in trouble. Ice Path's going to be there. Dual Breath. Zai shows up. Here's a black hole for you, boy. And, well, the Cosmos very much real. Fata will go down.
And it's going to be Delay's Sheep Stick. And it actually might force him to buy out. I think he's going to have to buy out. And that's really, really big.
And the EG teamfight isn't even really about this black hole. So black holes like that for a key pickup on like a Invoker or a Dry Ranger seem well worth it at this stage of the game.
Yeah.
Well, straight up Exorcism. Not even waiting for the creep wave to come at bottom lane, although it looks like one has entered mid lane, so no backdoor protection and they've already been used. They're gonna have to buy back this Invoker.
Oh, no. Oh, well. Well.
He was looking for the blink melee range rabbits like last time on RPG and couldn't find it. What a disaster.
Oh boy. CLOUD9 after an impressive 2-0 start. Not looking so good.
They could have insta-killed Arteezy with that Ravage, but Zone 7 just misfiring. I don't know if it was a Plague Lord that cancelled it or if he just didn't get the blink off.
Oh, being tripped. Solo support on support action right here is how it will go down. And it's looking like EG going to be taking game number 4. We'll potentially be moving on to game number 5 here.
Wow.
Full 5-game series.
Can't believe
for
that.
EGC9. Who could ask for anything better?
Yeah, this is a good. This is the one day I look at. Well, today as well as tomorrow, but today especially being kind of all teams still in the main tournament. 2 series, both very high potential to go 5 games. EG Cloud9, the way Cloud9 have been playing amazing, and EG are kind of who seem to just always have the edge on Cloud9. And then you've got Vici Secret Lair today, another series which could easily go 5